Hiya, welcome to another Marky-mark video. I said I'd do a quick update following my decision to try a record clamp. So for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, I've completely avoided using a clamp. Riga don't advise anyone to use clamps. It puts extra stress on the motor, etc. apparently, but the way I play a record, I'll give it a little nudge with my finger before I then turn the PSU on. So I'm taking out any kind of strain for the motor to start the platter from still. Anyway, in the last video I showed a Mo-Fi One Step, one of my favourite records, Bill Evans' Portrait in Jazz, which needs flattening. It's not great quality. I don't have that many Mo-Fi records, and I don't intend to buy any more. But I was hoping perhaps, or I am hoping, that this, which came today, will help flatten the record. I'm also interested in trying to improve the sonic ability of my cartridge. There's something called ghosting, which happens whereby you've got unwanted vibration. It's probably psychosomatic, possibly confirmation bias, but there is something called ghosting, whereby you've got the cartridge, the stylus in the groove, tracking very, very small, millionths of a millimeter. I think it's millionths or thousandths of a millimeter to actually track the analog signal. And I've seen in a few reports, one from Michell Fremmer did one recently, and it got me thinking about the pressure that the vinyl is under when the stylus is in the groove, tracking each individual indentation, the groove. That pressure is quite extraordinary, and you can get some vibration, unwanted vibration, that may travel across the vinyl and cause what I understand to be a little bit of ghosting. So I did some research, checked out the forums, and kind of came to the conclusion that I'd give this a go. It wasn't really expensive. So this is a Michell Riga record clamp, and on the back it says, I've got my glasses, thank goodness. So if the surface of the vinyl is undulating, so not completely flat, it will have a detrimental effect on the sound reproduction and cause premature wear of the vinyl and stylus. Right, okay, possibly, maybe. The Michell Engineering record clamp solves these problems by clamping the vinyl flat to the plaster surface. Using a record clamp not only helps flatten the vinyl, it also helps eliminate unwanted resonance within the vinyl, improving the performance of your turntable. Instructions on the back how to use it. Do not over tighten the clamp, etc., etc. Made in England, or made in the UK, made in England, which is nice to see. So I'm looking forward to this, looking forward to giving it a go. I'll have a listen on Portrait of Jazz. As I said in my last video, it's not the best recorded piece of music, in my opinion. I'm going to probably try Paul Chambers' bass on top, something with a lot of deep bass and air, to see if I can see any difference using this or not, and I'll report back. So let's give it a go. Thanks for your comments, by the way. Some of you left some really great comments about record clamps, a little bit of snake oil, some work, some don't work. Just interested. I'll give you my honest opinion. No, this isn't scientific or anything. This is just going to be a bit of fun. But yeah, See you in a bit. Bye. So that was interesting. I'm going to play Blowup now, which is one of my reference albums. I'm going to, and even with this, I mean, it's a flat record, but you can still see there's a good 2mm, 3mm, where the record isn't quite engaged with the felt platter. So on with the Michell, and I'll come back and give you another update. Okay, so we've got the record clamp in place on Blowup. Lots of deep bass sounds on this, lots of very high pitch instrumentation. I've just listened to it without the clamp, and now I'm going to listen to it with the clamp. Interestingly, you have to put quite a bit of pressure on the clamp and turn the knob on top to find the biting point where it sort of gets onto the spindle. It's quite a bit more pressure than I expected, but let's see what happens. Hello again. That was lots of fun, actually, in a very, very geeky kind of a way. So, this Michell record clamp, nicely machined, it's nicely made, fairly easy to use. I would say you have to put a lot of pressure on the clamp before you then tighten up the knurled knob on the top, but it presses the record nicely down onto the platter. Okay, so I've been going back and forth with my reference album Isao Suzuki Trio's Blowup. Now, I usually use this pretty much all the time because I know it very well. Certainly the first track, Aquamarine, and effectively it will test every aspect of your system from the very low notes, because he's on a bow, on a bass, stand-up bass, and also the very high frequencies. There's lots of very detailed high instrumentation, like bells, jingles. So you can really you can hear the imaging really well, the detail of this recording. If you're going to do any test, I would recommend this wholeheartedly. So what did I think? I played it without the clamp, and then I played it with the clamp. I then played it without the clamp, and then I played it again with the clamp. And the first thing that really stood out for me was you could really, and I could definitely tell when the clamp was on or when it was off. For me, the bass sounds, the richness, the decay in the bass just seemed to stand out a little bit better with the clamp on. You know, people are saying, "Oh, snake oil, confirmation bias, whatever," but I really could tell a difference. It was a slight difference, but it was a really nice improvement. What was really, really surprising was the high frequencies. So the bells, the jingles, a quarter of the way through Aquamarine. If you don't know the track, look it up, and it is gorgeous. It's a beautiful track, and they recorded this perfectly, inch perfect, microphones placed, and really everything was just specially placed. But the high frequencies, the bells, there was just a lot more pronunciation, much nicer imaging, more detail. It just stood out a bit, much better with the clamp. So this will, I mean, this obviously does something. I'm going to do some more tests, but I'm pretty happy. I really do notice a difference, and I'm going to be testing some more reference material. Probably get to Gilberto 45 RPM because you've got a lot of breathy vocals, very beautiful strings, and I just want to see what the difference is with the clamp and without the clamp. So yeah, very happy with that. I think that's a superb test. I'm completely sold. Bye bye.